Still here, still in my house. Haven't left in 11 days. I was on the internet browsing, scrolling through Instagram, and there was this hilarious guy pops up on my Instagram, and he's doing stuff like the kind of stuff that we used to do back in the day on public access TV, back on the show I used to do when I was a kid. And I thought, man, this guy is hilarious, and he's in England, and his name is Aaron Crascall, and I'm probably the last person to know about this guy because he's got millions and millions of followers. But I immediately sent him a message, and I said, "Dude, man, this is hilarious." I said, "Dude, man," using a word that I don't use very often. Dude, that's like a word I don't use that often, but I was so excited that I said it. I said, "Dude, man, this is awesome." And I do say awesome a lot. And he said, "Hey, cool, man." And he knew of my show that I'd done over the years and was excited to talk to me. And I asked him if he'd call into the podcast, and he said yes, and he did. And so we're going to listen to that interview now. And we talk a lot about what's going on in the United Kingdom right now, where they're in a even more strict lockdown than we are here. Over here in Los Angeles, it's almost like it's just a suggestion, judging by the fact that all my friends are going out for walks. But over there, I think you get arrested if you go for a walk. Well, maybe you're allowed to go for a walk, but you're not allowed to go for a walk for no reason. I don't know. It's different over there. We talked to Aaron about it, and while we're talking about it, I'd like you all to check out his Instagram. It's AARON_CRASCALL. Yes. AARON_CRASCALL. Check him out while we talk.
Hello.
Hello, Aaron.
Yes, it's me.
Oh my gosh, it's working. Is it working?
Yes, it's working. How are you, sir?
Isn't that amazing? We're talking to each other across the pond.
Do you know what, Tom? It's one thing I never thought I'd ever talk to Tom Green on the phone.
Really? You know, I find that surprising based upon what I see you doing on your Instagram. I figured...
oh, don't. It's gone crazy.
I figured we were destined to meet each other the second I saw everything that you're doing on your crazy Instagram feed.
Well, you're the inspiration behind that, so don't worry. It's all about you. It was all you.
Yeah, I definitely thought that there was a possibility that maybe you knew what I've done in the past, because
Absolutely.
I was scrolling through there, the Instagram the other day, and I saw you eating the potato chips loudly in public.
Yes.
So you go out in public and you're eating the potato chips loudly and pissing everyone off in England. And I started scrolling around and looking at all your stuff, and it's just like, I'm just gonna play some audio for a second so people can hear it.
Oh God.
I'm just scrolling through your Instagram. You're standing by an English. Yeah, you're walking around in public and you're just causing problems. Finish the lyrics. Here you're in some crazy costume. And here's the one I saw.
Oh no.
Crunching chips and old
Good
ladies getting mad. It's all about the reaction shot, isn't it? It's
all about the reactions, Tom. All about the reactions.
How long have you been making these hilarious reaction shot videos?
I've been making them since 2013.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, 7 years, man.
And so you started doing it specifically for Instagram, or have you been doing it all over YouTube?
Well, no, I started doing it on Snapchat a very, very long time ago. I was a painter and decorator, so I was a painter on a building site, and I noticed that Snapchat had a new 10-second video thing. So I thought, I'll give videos a go, and I started on Snapchat, but I didn't really do anything with it. But then it was when Vine come along.
Yeah.
And I kind of hit Vine quite big. I just wanted to be crazy, and no one was doing it at the time, especially in England. It's all quite very stiff upper lip and just very strict and get on with your day. But I just wanted to cause mayhem, really.
You've got millions of people watching now. How many followers? How many followers on Instagram? 3 million or something?
We got nearly on 5 million now on Instagram.
5 million people on Instagram watching you running around being hilarious.
It's crazy.
Does it ever blow a bit? Do you go out and do film and people recognize you and it ruins the bit?
That's it. It's getting worse now, especially in London. Obviously, we're on lockdown at the moment. I can't do a thing, but like when I go out in London now and places, it's pretty crazy. I went to LA 2 years ago and I got recognised in LA as well.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
It was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane.
What were you doing before you started making these videos? You said
so I was a paint and decorator, and then I worked in a bookies, which is like where the do horse bets.
Yeah.
So I worked in like a sports place where they did horse racing. And then I was just videoing. I was doing 6 videos a day. I was trying to do as many as I could because I knew something was going to happen from it. As soon as I started getting the first bit of following, I knew that I could maybe make a living out of it or make maybe a career. And I just started going and just I got really obsessed with it and I just wouldn't stop. And then now it's like nearly 15 million followers, man, over all platforms. It's crazy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it reminds me of when I was in my 20s and I was doing my show. And we didn't have video on the internet then. We had the internet. I had my website was up, tomgreen.com. I was at my website, but there was no video, so it was just a blog and we could put pictures on it and stuff. So it wasn't the same. But I had a public access station and I was...
Yes, I remember you strapped yourself to a... what was it? I don't know what you call them in America.
Like a lamp post or a light pole?
Yes, a lamp post, and it nearly choked you out.
Yeah, absolutely. What do they call a lamp post in England?
Yeah, it's a lamp post.
A lamp post. Okay. You know what? It might be a Canadian thing. The Americans might not even know what a lamp post either. A street. A street light. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sometimes I get mixed up with my my Canadian English, and I'm not sure if people know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
I remember that far back. Yeah, I remember that far back.
So, for me, it was the same thing. We had a following. People were watching. Yep. We had a little article written about it in the paper. But I was running around doing crazy stuff with my friends and filming videos, and it really, there was no real logic to think that it could end up being something that I would actually do for the rest of my life.
Wow.
But I believed it would work. I felt like something was happening and I kept doing it. That's exactly what you have gone through, and now you've got this massive fan base.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is what you do full time now. This is
full time, yeah. Full time, man, yeah.
And so you go out, a typical day for you. You get up in the morning. And by the way, just so I can say right now, the exact address is Aaron _. Can you spell it out just so that everyone listening?
Crascall, yeah. Aaron Arron, and it's Crascall, Crascall. Yeah.
Look that up right now.
Thank you so much.
I want people to I just want my listeners to be able to watch while we're talking, because I like that sort of interactivity. So while we're talking about everything you do, they can also be scrolling through and looking at all the insanity. So
it's pretty crazy.
A typical day for you. You get up in the morning. Do you drink coffee? Do you make coffee?
I don't drink coffee because I'm quite wired as a person. I'm already there, so I don't really drink coffee. I kind of drink coffee if I want to go extreme. Mm-hmm. But I've got 3 kids now, so I do my school runs in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I just let myself go loose. I just kind of do it off the cuff a lot now. I kind of find it comes natural now. After you've been doing it so long, it just comes natural. It matters if what people I see, and I go to places with a lot of tourists because they're kind of confused about what's going on. Yeah. And they're the best reactions, man.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, they're the best. They have no idea what's going on.
Do you kind of spend some time coming up with these ideas in advance? Do you write them in advance, and then you sort of get props and the things that you need, and then you sort of go out on an organized fashion, and on a daily basis, you go out and do 1 or 2 bits every day? And how's that work?
Yeah. I kind of write them over the weekend. So I kind of try and take Friday to Sunday off, and I kind of try and write as much as I can, so I can literally video Monday to Thursday as much as I can. I try and get about 3 to 4 videos out a week. At the moment, obviously, it's slowed down a lot, man, because of what's going on, and it's can't even explain. Obviously, everyone's in the same boat, but it's at the moment, it's quite hard to do any videos, man. I'm trying to focus on. I've never really been stuck in my house before, so it's quite a new thing for me. I'm an outdoors kind of guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy for everyone. It's absolutely insane.
I'm here in self-imposed quarantine here in Los Angeles. There is a lockdown here. There's a lockdown
How long
here.
How long you been for?
I haven't gone out for about 8 days now.
8 days.
Yeah. I'm fortunate I have a nice yard that I can go outside and I have my podcast studio and I have my my music equipment. I'm making some hip hop beats.
Oh, the beats are so good.
Making some dope beats. But so that keeps me occupied. I'm on the phone a lot with my friends, but what's it like in England right now? I know you have a more strict lockdown nationwide over there right now, I believe.
Where we're quite strict, yeah. So basically we can go out. We can go out for 1 hour a day. That's only for exercise purposes only. We can go to shops, but it's 1 in, 1 out. And we can look after the vulnerable. So we can basically go shopping for essentials. If there's more than 2 of us, the police can stop us and warn us and stuff. So we've got to go out, obviously singles. We can't drive our cars anywhere. It's pretty crazy, but we don't know how long this is going to be for. Or we just get the government give us daily updates about what's going on, but it seems to be getting worse and worse. They're kind of making makeshift hospitals everywhere now. It's refrigeration units for bodies and stuff. Like, it's getting really to the point of at first I was kind of like everyone. I was like, yeah, this is so silly, this is stupid. And then, it started really happening. And then I've not spoke to my son. Lives a couple of miles away from me, but I can't speak to my son. Like, I can speak to him on FaceTime, but I haven't seen my son, and I normally see him every day. And I haven't seen him, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to see him for about a month because his mum, because my son doesn't live with me, I only see him twice a week. But his mum works on a corona ward, so I can't, because apparently kids can't get it. They can get it, but they kind of carry it,
Yeah.
And it's a possibility that my son can give it to me without knowing. So it's quite. I just don't know what to think. No one knows. I don't think anyone knows anything. It's so strange.
Yeah, we're not all going through that, because I don't think everybody has completely thought about it, and many parts of the world and certainly parts of this country are not as affected as others. It's really bad in New York right now. It's getting worse in California, but then there's lots of parts. So when I'm on the internet and I'm reading comments from people on YouTube where this podcast gets posted, there's a lot of people talking, this is a conspiracy, this is a hoax, this isn't real. What do you say to people? What do you say to your followers? And I'm not sure if you get as much of that in England as you do here in America, but do people ever...
it's massive, yeah.
Do people say this is a hoax, we shouldn't be having to stay inside? And what do you say to them?
Do you know what? I don't really know. I'm kind of interested in what people have got to say. So I kind of let them say what they've got to say. I just kind of see where they're getting it from, because I'm quite into my conspiracy theories. I find them very interesting. I don't believe in a lot of them, but what I'm hearing at the moment is just, some of the stuff I'm hearing is just so, it seems so real that it seems so, I don't understand. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get in trouble, but it's like some of the stuff people say, it seems so legitimate that it can't be wrong. Yeah. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Like there was one the other day, like, can we talk about this or not? Are we allowed?
We can talk about whatever you want. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So there was one the other day with a doctor, and he was saying to the camera that where this disease come from, the town in China, and China's a very big place, like 4,000 miles wide and 5,000. I don't quote me on this, but and it's a huge place, huge. But they reckon that there's a virus plant 20 miles away from where this originated from, the fish market.
Yeah.
And it's too much of a coincidence that it's missed so many places in China. It's missed Russia completely. And it's only hit places where I don't know what to say. And apparently that it's only attacking people who aren't much or who don't really contribute to life anymore. So it's only hitting the elderly. And it's such a weird thing how the Chinese stock markets are doing very good now, but everywhere else in the world's really bad. And I don't know. I just don't know what to believe, but it seems really, really, really strange. Really, really strange.
We're certainly, going through the early stages of just trying to grapple with the fact that it's happening.
It's a pandemic, like an actual like the Black Death in the medieval times in England, and it killed 2 million people, and it was all over the world. And it was carried by rats, it's kind of like now, like modern day. This has never happened before, right? Like, has this never happened before?
This has not happened in our lifetime. I mean, we've had H1N1, we've had the swine flu, it was called. We've had the bird flu. There was SARS, but they were less aggressive viruses. They didn't mutate as quickly.
Yes.
And I'm not completely up to speed on the science of it, but we've never had anything that was not that we were not able to completely control. So I don't know what to make of it. I'm sort of just kind of coming to grips with the fact that this is actually happening. I started
exactly. I cannot believe it. Are you still seeing your kids? And like, are you still? Have you just been completely alone?
Well, you know what? I don't have kids, so that makes it a lot easier to.
Oh wow! I thought you had a kid. Sorry, man.
No, I don't have kids. I don't think I do, anyways. But I've never met them. If I do, no, I know I don't.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
I know I don't.
I'm embarrassed now.
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. You wouldn't know. But I'm in touch with my parents who are in Canada, and my brother, and my friends. I was going to go to Canada to be with them during this in the beginning, but I thought, this will just be a month or so, and I'll stay at my house. And I'm normally touring all the time, and I'm traveling all around the world. And I was in England a couple years ago, did a great tour last year or so. So I love
your stand-up bits.
Yeah, so I love doing that. I'm always on the go. I'm never home for more than a week. So this is definitely very strange. But it is crossing over now into the point where, like you said, you are trying to ask some deeper questions. How did this happen? Why did this happen?
And they were saying, sorry, what they were saying before is that we had SARS, we had the bird flu, we had all these other flus and all that, and the kind of little mini pandemics, but there was no social media hype behind them because there was no social media at the time. So a lot of people were saying now that this has been blown out of proportion from social media and scaremongering all the time.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that even day-to-day life in England, there's more people dying in road accidents, there's more people dying falling down the stairs, or there's more people dying from the flu every day. And this is getting blown out of proportion. But again, they've never seen this aggressive. It's attacking the lungs, and some people are here, they get diagnosed one day, they're dead the next. It's like, what the hell is going on?
And the problem is the numbers are not, these numbers are rising, and they're going to begin rising fast.
Oh, wow. Like,
so
doubling
people can say it's, a lot of people die from the flu, but they're comparing it to the statistics of today. But if you really understand the virus, then you know that it's spreading in the background. There's not real accurate numbers, and that within the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a lot different of a scenario. Not to mention, we don't have a vaccine for this. We do have a vaccine for the flu. So there's nothing we can do to prevent this. We can prevent getting the flu. If you're one of the unlucky people that gets the flu, because you didn't take a vaccine, that's kind of didn't take your flu shot. That's kind of on you. Whereas here, there's no way to protect yourself against it. So that's very scary also. And it's also new, and we don't know what it's going to become and how bad this is going to get. So,
this is frightening. This is so frightening.
I'll tell you, I don't have any information about anything beyond what is in the mainstream media. But still sitting here, and I don't know what to believe when I read different things on the internet. So I kind of try to decipher it through talking to people and listening to what they're saying on the mainstream news and reading everything that I can find and trying to figure out what makes sense. But I will say what I'm seeing with my own eyes is here at my home in Los Angeles, there is an increased number of military aircraft flying past my house every day. I don't see that ever. I've seen
Wow.
I've seen military helicopters fly past my house maybe once or twice a year. But now
Yeah.
every single day, just a minute before we went on the air here,
Oh, you're joking.
two Osprey, they're like helicopter plane hybrids, big,
Yeah,
giant.
they're huge. Yeah.
So two of those flew right past my house. They've been flying past every day for the last 3 days, increasing frequency. And it feels like
Wow.
there's something happening that I can't put my finger on, but it feels like
Of course.
we're building towards something much bigger than the flu. When the flu season comes out,
Absolutely.
you don't start seeing tanks and military mobilizing and showing force, every
So you
day.
think they're going to be locking down? They're going to lock down America properly?
Well, yeah, I don't know when you say that properly. It's interesting, yeah, because over here right now it's just a suggestion, right?
So So how are you locked down? I mean, can you still go out for groceries and stuff, or can you not leave your house?
If I wanted to right now, I could get up and
Yeah.
get in my car and go walk around and do whatever I want. Okay,
Oh, really?
It's a suggestion. Okay, I could go to the grocery store. You can't get arrested for going out right now. Not that I'm aware of. The reason I'm not going out is because I don't want to go out. I understand how much this virus is out there, and it certainly, if I was in New York, I would want to go out. But here in California, it's growing fast. The numbers aren't reported properly. I'm just going to ride this out and do my podcast until this thing gets figured out. I said 8 days ago,
man.
when I decided I was not going to go out anymore, I said I'm going to stay inside for 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to reevaluate and see how bad it's gotten. I was thinking maybe it won't be as bad as they're saying. Well, now it's been we're getting close to 2 weeks, and it's getting worse. So at the end of the 2 week period, I'm going to say to myself, I'm going to stay for another 2 weeks and decide. And it does feel like this has got a little bit of a run
So
ahead of us.
in England right now, they've shut pubs, clubs, restaurants. They've shut gyms. They have shut every single place except for pharmacies and basically grocery stores.
Okay,
so where you can get essentials.
Let me be clear here. They have shut everything down. Okay, so
Everything.
all the
Everything's
restaurants
gone.
are closed. All the non-essential businesses, it's all closed.
Everything's closed.
Yeah, but I mean, I talk to friends who are, I just texted a friend of mine who's a very famous comedian. I won't say his name because he's going for walks, just in the canyon, and there's people walking, and I call him up thinking, hey, are you okay? I'm locked on, not leaving the house. I'm really worried. And he's, I'm going out for a walk, and I just kind of it concerns me because I know how this spreads, and if everybody does that, I saw Bill Gates on CNN yesterday, and he was talking about how in many parts of the country and the world, the numbers aren't reported as being very high, so people feel like it's business as usual. But the problem is because they haven't done testing, the numbers may be much, much larger than they think, and very soon they could be overwhelmed. Plus, with freedom of movement and people going all around from state to state, it's spreading, and really the only way to really stop it, to actually stop it, is to lock down the entire country for 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
6 weeks.
Absolutely.
And they're not doing that.
They've told us 3 weeks. They've told us 3 weeks, and that was 5 days ago.
Okay.
So we've got to stay in.
How are people reacting in England to this? Are people mad, or they understand what's going on and they're accepting of it?
They're kind of in the funny moments. They're still making a joke of it. Oh, we're staying in and we're watching daytime telly. This is so strange, and we can't wait to go out and meet our friends again. And how is everyone getting on? How can we not order pizza anymore? And it's just like that. I think they're kind of in the disbelief stage. They're kind of having fun with it because it's new. Because I mean, not many people are going to. The only people who are allowed to go to work in England are key workers at the moment. So if you work for the NHS in the hospitals, if you work for pharmacies, shopping centres, if you provide a service, then you can go to work. But a lot of people have been laid off. My girlfriend just got laid off for 12 weeks. From our job, so they are locking this country down to the point of it's actually properly done. I mean, it's crazy. If we go out now, we can get questioned for where we're going. It's really strange.
Are you hearing about people that are getting sick that you know?
Yeah, my friend in London's got a massive fever at the moment, and a really bad sore throat. And they was with a cousin of theirs who have been confirmed to have corona. So yeah, it's quite. To be honest, I live in a small town called Dover, and it's only 75,000 people. We have no confirmed cases here, at all. So we're quite safe where we are. We're on a coast, so we're right next to the sea. I think it's because it's quite windy down here. It's just blowing it all away. Because apparently it's viral, isn't it? Everyone's washing their hands, but apparently it's viral. So it's not bacterial. I don't know. People don't know what to believe. They're saying now that masks don't even work. So it's like, what is going on? I've got small kids and I'm really worried. I'm just so worried.
And you're all staying inside with the kids?
All staying inside. Yeah, the kids don't understand. They're 5 and 3. They've been pulled out of school. The schools got closed last week. There is no kids in school in England. There's no universities. There's no colleges. There's nothing. So they're so confused and why they can't see their friends, why they can't see their grandparents. And it's just such a strange time. Even we're confused as parents of what to do. And I am in disbelief that this is happening. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm in the exact same place. I actually am in so much disbelief, and I wake up every morning and I remember that it's happening, and I'm in so much disbelief. I think it must be some form of shock or some kind of human mechanism of self-protection because I know this is happening right now. But I'm not freaking out, and I don't understand why. Why am I not freaking out? I'm not freaking out. Like I'm not curled up in a ball and crying and screaming. Why? Why is this happening now? Everything was going so great in our world, and no, I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I'm making sure that I have everything I need to be healthy. I'm learning how to order food on Amazon.
Yes.
And then every once in a while, every hour or so, it pops into my head, and I say, "What the hell is going on? I can't."
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm doing.
What the hell is going on?
I feel like this is a movie.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is if the army went past my house now, I just wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, the army.
I would just be like, okay, what the fuck?
The army is flying past my house every 45 minutes now, every hour. So.
And why do you honestly think that is? Like, what is there a base nearby or?
It's not. They don't fly by every day like that normally. So. Why do I think it is? I think it is. I know there are Navy ships out in the ocean here, off of LA now with hospitals. So it's possibly they're going to resupply those, or it's possible it's a show of force, meaning everybody needs to know that there's some power out there in case this gets worse, and to prevent rioting and looting in the city, which has been known to happen in Los Angeles over the years. So,
absolutely.
I don't really know. Are we going to war? This is why is the military out? I don't know.
So like with Donald Trump and stuff, I don't know if you're a supporter or whatever. I don't want to get into that, but like, are you guys waiting for him to make an announcement, or does he do that daily? Because our government at the moment is doing daily. At the moment, we're going for a big thing where a lot of people are getting paid from the government for not being at work. The government are paying them not to be at work. But if you're self-employed, like I am, I'm like obviously a video maker and I'm self-employed. We've got to wait for money they're going to help us soon, but they can't help us yet. So a lot of people are worried about how they're going to get income. But is Donald Trump some sort of statements from the president? Or
he's doing press conferences every day with a team of doctors, and there seems to be some sort of disagreement of how it is going to go down. Whether they're I think there's some wishful thinking on the part of the president saying that he wants to, send everybody back to work by Easter and all of this sort of thing. But
wow.
But I don't know. I think that is wishful thinking on his part. I think he's probably trying to instill some sort of sense of calm or try to keep people from panicking. I don't know. I certainly would love it if this was over by Easter. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I mean, President Trump got a COVID-19 test, didn't he? And it come back negative.
Yes, I heard that Boris Johnson, your prime minister, just tested positive today for COVID-19.
He's just got it today.
Yeah.
Today, yeah.
Does that extend? Does that create a sense of an increased sense of fear and possibly some panic amongst the people in the UK?
Absolutely.
Now the prime minister actually has this.
Yeah, I think it's just got a lot. I think it's just got real for a lot of people now.
It feels
people
like
are actually starting to believe.
It feels like an episode of Black Mirror.
Oh my God! Absolutely. Have you seen the thing the other day? There was what was it called? There's a Japanese movie at the moment. It's trending everywhere because it was made in like 2012, and it is basically like coronavirus. I think it's called Contain or something. This new, it's like an old film.
Yeah. And
everyone's going mad about it because it is basically like coronavirus, but it's how it was used as a weapon.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if you've heard about that, but wow.
Send me the information about that. I have a lot of.
I absolutely will.
I have plenty of time for watching Netflix. What are you doing to keep yourself busy right now? Are you working on your various social media accounts to keep yourself active?
Absolutely.
What are they now?
Yeah,
where are you most? Are you mostly on Instagram now, or where can people come see what you're doing? Because I want to give people healthy distractions while we're all locked up in our homes and worried and afraid. I want to give them new things to go look at, and where can they find you?
So they can find me on. This means so much to me, by the way, Tom. Thank you so much. They can find me on YouTube on Aaron Crascall. One of my biggest platforms is Facebook. That's got nearly 7 million followers. There's daily content on there as well. I do a lot of live streaming on there as well. Instagram, and I'm new on TikTok. So I'm on TikTok now. I'm one of the cool dads.
Yeah. I just got on TikTok too. I haven't done the Renegade yet, but
the Renegade.
I haven't done the dance video yet.
Could you imagine when you had the Tom Green show on MTV? Could you imagine if your social media accounts were then? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it would have been an interesting combination. I think about this often because I have been asked about it. The one thing is, I think that if there was social media when my show was on MTV, it would have been really amazing, but it also would have been, it was a weird time when my show was on MTV in 1999. Nobody had ever seen anything like that before. So it was very, very, very confusing for everybody and funny. People laughed and they also were just confused by it. Just so what are we looking at here? So I have to say I get a certain amount of joy out of the fact that when we were on the air, it really confused people. I like confusing people.
It was you. You was the ultimate. You was the actual ultimate person. I mean, some of the stuff what I used to watch, because we used to have to wait because it was on every Sunday. It was on a Sunday in England. We used to sit and watch you on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And we used to have to wait week by week and week by. It was only like a 20-minute show when it was all cut down.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I mean, it just forged everything about what I wanted to do. You was insane. It was just so amazing, man. Honestly,
insane like you, Aaron. That's I
know.
I tell you this: the second I saw your video crunching the chips, I just saw that and I said, I got to talk to this guy, man. I got to talk to this guy.
Thank you. Oh, I can't believe I'm actually talking to you now, man. This is just so surreal.
Well, listen, let's stay in touch during this. I mean, I'm doing this podcast every day, and maybe you'd like to come on again, as we go through this
absolutely.
and just keep us updated. I'd like to have you keep us updated on what's going on in England and over there on your side of the pond.
Of course I will.
Because we're really trying to get to the bottom of this and help people with information as well. So thanks, Aaron.
Praying everyone stay safe. Yeah, hopefully you stay safe, Tom, man. Have a good one, and thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you stay safe too, Aaron. I appreciate it. And
thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. We'll be talking very soon. Thanks, man.
Cool. See you soon, my man.
All right. Peace. That's another episode of the Tom Green Podcast. Thank you, Aaron, for calling in. That was awesome. And we're going to keep talking to Aaron. We're going to have him call back and give us more updates on what's going on in the UK. This is a worldwide thing, and we're on the internet, and that is heard around the world. Did you know that? Did you know that? So if you're listening anywhere in the world, please call when we take your calls. Please comment when you can make a comment. You can do that on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And tell your friends to subscribe to the Tom Green Podcast. We want to create a little environment here where there's some distraction and some levity, and hopefully it will be informative too during these difficult times. So, thank you for listening. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow.